Welcome to this short video where we will illustrate how easy and quickly you can do data subsetting with or without data transitioning using CA RC extract for DB2 for ZOS. Data subsetting meaning extracting data or a subset of data in order to perform various tasks such as application testing can be a tedious task, especially when you consider GDPR and other regulatory compliance issues you have to conform to. Having the right tool can greatly help reduce the burden, and CA/RC extract is a choice by many DB2 sites worldwide. So let's have a quick look at how easy it is to extract reference and tag data, whether this is DB2 defined RI or application defined RI, and also how the data can go through a transition in order to change the data between the extract phase and the load phase. CA/RC extract guides you through the process, and you can even toggle the wizard in case there's a component you forgot about. And it's a great help while becoming familiar with RC extract. The very first step is to define the extract procedure, meaning the scope of objects to extract data from. So let's see how you define the extract. First, select a table using the filtering capabilities in the header. The first table selected is considered the start table, which will be driving the extraction of related data, but you can change the start table at any point in time you want to. Using the SELALL command will pull in all the related tables, whether those are defined with DB2 system defined RI or application user defined RI. You can do sampling, specify the number of rows per table, among other features. And you can use the CA common component called EQF, Extended Query Facility, to further refine the data extraction. In this case, we have specified to only extract data from the EMP table where the employee number is less than 80. Another option is to drive data extraction using a key file specification, where the key file with the key values is built using a point and shoot capability via RC browse. The next step is to perform the actual data extraction. Two options are available. The utility option requires CA fast download, but it is embedded with RC extract, but you cannot use it as standalone outside RC extract. This does require batch execution. The other option is online, and it will execute SQL select statements, but this one can also be executed in batch in case you want to. Whether to use the SQL option or utility extract engine really depends on the data volume. For smaller tables or a small amount of data where you have the appropriate indexes in place, the SQL option might be faster in most cases. Once you submit the job or it's being done online, at the bottom of the output you can see the highlights, all the tables being involved in this extract procedure and the number of rows retrieved from those tables. The third step is to define and map source and target. Source being where you extract the data from, and target where you intend to load the data into. The global change command is very useful to specify the naming pattern for the target objects. In this case, the table names are the same for both source and target, while the table creators are RASST02S for the source, where the data is extracted from, and RASST02N, where the data will be loaded into. To the far right, an indicator describes if the target table exists or not, and if there are columns which don't exist on one side or the other. For those differences, it is possible to assign column content in a number of ways. More in a minute about this topic. An option to specify if data transformations should be performed is part of the load process. By default, the extracted column values are being assigned to the target column values, which is the case for the first two columns in this table. For the third column, only the first 5 bytes of the source data is loaded into the target column. In general, you can specify any valid DB2 expression for the data transitioning phase. Another option is to use the lookup table. This table has to be defined ahead of time and must contain from and to values. Many customers are using this feature to do data masking. But if you're interested in more intelligent data masking, Broadcom does provide this capability too, but that's for another video. As you can see, the source table has one additional column not being available in the target table, so the data isn't loaded for this column. If the reverse case was the situation, meaning the target table had one more column that didn't exist on the source side, you could potentially use the data transition features mentioned on the previous slide to assign values column content based upon a constant or derived from another column if so needed. The fourth and final step is to perform the data load. If a utility is specified, you can choose between IBM load or CA fast load. Another option is SQL, and it can be used as pure insert processing or what we call SQL upsert, meaning the data will be attempted to be inserted into target, but if the row already does exist because you didn't empty the tables ahead of time, an update is performed. Finally, this is also where you can do cleanup, meaning archiving the data. What this process will do is the data extracted will be deleted from your source table and not perform the load for the target table. You can also specify to create the target tables if they don't exist, along with the already dependent objects. This concludes a quick tech talk about the benefits of RCA Extract. Thank you for your time.
For more detailed information about this product, click the information bubble in the top right corner to load the product page. From there, you can visit product documentation, support, communities, or see the learning path.